All right. Let's see. Did that work? Let's see if it's better now. I hope it's better now. No, I cut myself off. Here's what happened. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a comic book artist for 25 years. I am the creator of the smash Indiegogo hit Cyberfrog Blood Honey. Look at this, $416,255 right now. Totally awesome. If you'd like to donate to this campaign, please do. The link is in the description below. I have the link set up. I feel like I'm fully prepared this time. I feel like I'm actually ready to go. This is. Are you okay, man? Are you concerned? I was very frustrated because. Let me turn this down quick. This video was removed. Let's get the new one up there. Very concerned because my Wi-Fi has been acting up all week. They sent me a new modem, and the modem is cool, but I didn't connect the modem. I was too lazy to connect the modem to my extenders, so I'm sitting there trying to use the Wi-Fi that is located upstairs right above my head. It's not very good, and I did just decide to go ahead and reconnect my extenders to the new modem, and it should be working better now. Is it working better now? The YouTube page says it's not live. Well, I am live. I mean, I don't think that's arguable. I mean, this is me. I'm right here. Do you need me to hold up a newspaper with the current date? I could do that if you want me to. No problem. Yeah. So I wanted to start over again. Let's do this article that I wanted to read from the beginning, and I deleted the other one because it was only 8 minutes long, and most of it consists of me saying, "Hey, what? You guys can't hear me? All right, nobody needs to listen to that. Nobody needs to listen to that. I'm fully extended. I'm fully extended. The date. I don't. What do I have that has the date on it? I don't really know. I would like to find something and help you out. But no, it is me. I'm live. Yeah, back and better. Excellent. So glad. Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the comic book. We have extended it. Speaking of extending, it has done so well. It's done incredibly well. People are mystified by it. I was reached out to by a producer who works with Katie Couric. And this producer who works for Katie Couric would like to interview me about SJWs in the business. I love this. This is my favorite thing that they do. They say things like, hey, we mostly lean left, and we've been criticized for mostly leaning left. I'm like, you don't say. You and Katie Couric lean left? And we would like to know if you might help us to go right way, a little bit, to the right, to kind of be balanced out a little bit. I'm like, you guys don't think that I know who Milo Yiannopoulos is. You guys don't think that you guys think that I don't know your tricks. Yeah, you do. You might lean a little bit to the left. You would like to talk to me. You see me as somebody who needs to be crushed. People say, don't do it, Ethan. Don't do it. It's a trap. Is it a trick? Is it a trap? I'm not interested in being on TV. I'm not interested. This is all the celebrity I want. And I've said this to Andrea. I've said this to my friends. I am not looking to be a star. I am not looking. Am I? Well, am I? Wait a second. Let me think about it. Yeah, they are. They're going to smear me hardcore, of course. Oh, send Cecil. That would be funny. Cecil could be my body double. I will send Cecil around to be me. He will be an actor. This will be the Andy Kaufman-esque charade that we will play on the Left Wing Media. Cecil will be sent to all of my interviews, and he'll be like, "Hi, I'm Ethan Van Sciver. Yeah, that's right." He'll be drunk off his ass, and he'll answer the questions the way he does, and that would be pretty great. That'd be pretty great. And we'll leave them confused. That's fine. And then they'll listen to me and go, he doesn't sound like that in person. I think he has some sort of voice modulator when he does his radio show. Because, he does. In person, he sounds like this. On the radio, he sounds like this. Very confusing. Somebody wants to award me a Saturn Award. Well, they're just giving those away, aren't they? Why I do deserve a Saturn Award. If Ryan Johnson deserves a Saturn Award, I deserve a Saturn Award, and I deserve probably 8 of them. I'm 8 times as bad as Ryan Johnson. I definitely deserve 8 Saturn Awards. Gavin Smith says, Ethan, you can be the next Milo. That'll be fun. I would go to colleges and give lectures, dressed in glittery suits, dressed like a police officer with sunglasses on indoors. Yeah, why not? Why not? That's not the direction that I'm going. And like I said, I am not looking. They can. I'll send them over to diversity and comics. We'll see. They're more likely to get Zach on TV than they are me. I am quite at home here with you guys, making comic books for you to read, comic books about frogs, and talking about Star Wars with you. If I become famous, it'll be kicking and screaming. Thank you so much for buying copies of Cyberfrog. All right, look, we got to do this over again. Hey, Crypto Fashion, how are you? It's great to have you here. Crypto Fashion is in the chat right now. They are my merch manufacturers and dealers. You should check out their website, Crypto Fashion. Go and, by the way, there are links in all the descriptions to all my videos that'll send you over there. You could get the new Salamandroid and Cyberfrog poster. I have one here. I showed it before. It's not like it's something that I can really look. You'll have to take my word. This right here is a Cyberfrog Salamandroid poster. Crypto Fashion is quick to point out this is the best dressed fandom in fandom. They can't take that away from us. Crypto Fashion, are you going to allow SJW infiltration into your business? Everyone's looking pretty jacked. Will you allow SJW infiltration into Crypto Fashion to change everything? That is hell no, he says. Hell no. Yeah, so don't worry about it. Crypto Fashion will always be here providing you with the greatest quality t-shirts. Everyone who buys Crypto Fashion t-shirts that say the Fandom Menace or Soilo or even our brand new awesome Cyberfrog t-shirt, they come in all colors, men's and women's and children's sizes. Everyone is pleased. I've received 0 complaints. The only complaint that I have received is from one person who said it didn't come to me the next day, and I wanted it immediately. Well, you're going to have to wait a couple days, but they will get it to you on time. And when it does come to you, you can walk around. Everybody will compliment you and tell you how great you are. Yeah. All right, so here we go. This is a big deal. We want to promote Crypto Fashion. We want to promote Cyberfrog Blood Honey. If you haven't yet purchased Cyberfrog Blood Honey, please do. It's waiting there for you. And let me see if I can get caught up here. Why is my live stream lagging? Can you see my hand right now? Is your live stream lagging or no? Is it just mine as I'm watching this? I don't know. Yeah, you can see me. Hi everyone. All right, good. SundayExpress.co.uk. One of the most garbagey. I'm repeating some of this. By the way, it's all my jokes are improv until I have to repeat them once. Because I deleted the last attempted stream. But you have to understand. I don't want you to. I don't want you to think this is written down. I don't want you to think that I am not an improvisational genius. This is all, stream of consciousness. So, yeah, that's right, John Piner. Look at this. SundayExpress.co.uk, already written on my list, underlined once. It is pure garbage. MovieWeb, look at MovieWeb. Oh my God, look at Dork Side of the Force. Like I had a seizure when I underlined that. That is absolutely incredible. But these are all of my garbage tier media sites that I've experienced and vomited at. Here we go. SundayExpress.co.uk is one of the worst. It's not the worst, but it's one of the worst. Look at this. Star Wars The Last Jedi fan backlash and solo flop. I like the all caps. That's important. Kathleen Kennedy leaving in September. I hope so. I want to send the kids back to school, and I want to send Kathleen Kennedy back home to her husband, all in the same month. Kathleen Kennedy is married, of course, to Frank Marshall, famous producer, famous cucked out producer who is 50,000 times more successful than his wife is. And yet, when he started a film production company he put his wife's name first. And by the way, his wife didn't take his last name. And it would be a lot more convenient. It would be a lot easier on everybody if her name was Kathleen Marshall. Then they could just be called the Marshall Company. But for some reason, she, unlike my beautiful wife, Andrea, refused to take his last name. Refused. She liked to be associated with the Kennedy last name. That must be it. Big SJW. You're not going to take away my Kennedy last name. In fact, I'm going to hire somebody whose last name is Johnson, so that when we team up together, we sound like the 1960 winning presidential candidate ticket, winning presidential candidate ticket. There you go. Kennedy Johnson, 1960, for a brighter 1960s. And you see how that went. The 1960s under Kennedy and Johnson didn't go as planned. A lot like Star Wars under Kennedy Johnson. Disaster awaited. Tragedy. Tragedy. Horrible. Issue related to JFK? No. Only in the amount of brains left in their heads. All right, so let's... that was awful. I'm so sorry about that. That was really terrible. Star Wars The Last Jedi, Backlash and Solo flop. Kathleen Kennedy, is she leaving in September? We do hope so. Star Wars boss Kathleen Kennedy is the subject of new reports. They're not that new. I knew about this 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if they're just catching up or if they have new information. Do they have new information? Maybe they do. We'll find out. Claiming the Lucasfilm head is leaving soon and no longer involved in any TV or film projects following the Han Solo flopperoo and the Last Jedi fan backlash. Gojirify, thank you for $2. She's gone, girl. Well, I hope so. I do hope so. We can all kind of hope for that together. We will pray at the end of this article. Those of you who are not religious, I want you to become religious, because when we get to the end of it, we are going to engage in group prayer. We are going to pray to the Lord Jesus Christ that this article is true. And I want you guys to join me in that. I don't care if you're Jewish or atheist or Muslim. We're going to pray to Jesus because, I don't know, I feel like Jesus is the fastest acting. He's going to make it happen quickest. So let's move on down here. Solo, Star Wars story. Here's a preview of it. We've already seen it. We don't need to see a preview of it. We've seen the whole thing. It was terrible. Is the Lucasfilm boss about to go solo? It's been a difficult last 6 months for the woman who was once riding high on a record-breaking relaunch of the Star Wars franchise with The Force Awakens, followed by the impressive debut of the anthology spin-offs with the edgy Rogue One. So edgy Rogue One. It was kind of edgy. I did like it. I cut myself on its corners, in fact. But, you know, The Force Awakens, that was no big deal. The Force Awakens was no big deal. Anybody would have gone to that. You can't call that a success. You cannot call that a legitimate success. A legitimate success would be actually making Solo work, and she failed at that. Gojirify, the Force out is female. Ooh, icy cold and worth your $2. Well done, Gojirify. Force Awakens, anybody would go to see that. You put Han Solo, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, Chewbacca as Chewbacca on the poster. People are going to come see that movie. We all wanted to see. We did want to go see that movie. So we did. We went to see that movie, and everyone cried afterwards. As I said in the other stream, people actually fell down the stairs and peed themselves in pain after having seen The Force Awakens. I did. I mean, I saw someone else do that. People threw up in the theaters all over themselves and their loved ones, threw up popcorn all over each other. Everyone was very upset. It made them sick in their tummies. It made them sick in their tummies after seeing The Force Awakens. At first, they thought it was okay, and then they realized they shouldn't have eaten so many Swedish fish. It was a terrible movie. It upset everyone. It broke everyone's heart. Andrea, do you remember seeing The Force Awakens with me? How did you feel about it? She just made a, like, face. No, she didn't like it. She felt bad about it, too. Sorry about the Swedish fish, honey. So it was a bad experience for most people. I think most people's experiences were like me and Andrea's when we went to see The Force Awakens. And yet, everybody went. Everybody got suckered in. This is P.T. Barnum. We all went to find out what the egress was. What is the egress? It's the exit sign. We got scammed out of $2. Kennedy was responsible for hiring and then firing Josh Trank. These guys, all the people that she fired had the coolest names ever. Josh Trank. If my name was Josh Trank, I would have like syringes for fingers that would put people to sleep. Imagine that. That's got to be Bill Cosby's biggest fantasy. He's got syringes. He's got tranquilizers. Bill Trank. He's the Trank. Bill Trank. Yeah, what a great name. And Josh Trank was fired from his job. So were Chris Lord and Phil Miller. I believe they had been murdered. Lord and Miller. Lord and Miller sounds like a really nice department store that I would like to buy my sheets. But unfortunately, I bought my sheets from Amazon. Andrea doesn't know about that yet, but she'll know about it pretty soon. She's sitting right behind me. Shh, don't tell her. Yeah. And they were both fired, presumed murdered. Well, presumed by me to be murdered. In my opinion, to protect myself from a lawsuit. Phil Miller and Chris Lord, in my opinion, were murdered by Kathleen Kennedy. Now, you can't sue me for that, for defamation, because I said it's my opinion. In my opinion, it turns out they weren't murdered. They did show up to make fun of the box office disaster. That was Soylo, a Soy Wars sorry. I love how they did that. They popped up their heads and went, heh, heh, and then just disappeared again into the night. And that's exactly how they should have gone out. Colin Trevorrow, great name. Colin Trevorrow was trebucheted into Universal Studios, away from his film that he was making. He was fired, and he ended up going back to Jurassic Park, which is good. That's where he belongs. He should be doing Jurassic Park movies. Just make dinosaur movies. And by the way, all the Jurassic Park movies, as terrible as they are, they still do better than the Star Wars movies. They still do better. People, I don't know. I don't understand why. It's just it is a fact that people would rather sit through a bad dinosaur movie than a good Star Wars movie, than an adequate Star Wars movie these days. All of which cost, look at this, this is important. She fired all, it's like this person watches my show. She fired all of these people, all of which cost parent company, Disney, that's mom and dad, parent, dearly, with hundreds of millions of dollars spent on reshoots. That is every reason to send her packing. And as I said before in the other stream, never give a woman your credit card. This is what she did. She wasted all of this money hiring people and firing people. This is where we are now. This is where we find ourselves. It's not bad enough that the movies that she's making are terrible. It's not bad enough that the movies are terrible. She's overspending on them. She is overspending on these movies. They could come in under... Look, how much should Solo have cost? That should have cost about, I don't know, $1 million? Solo? It should have come in at around $1 million. It didn't. It came in at like $800 quadrillion. And that is why... yeah, that is why she needs to go. Unprecedented fan fury. That's you guys. How is your fury? Do you guys recall a time when you were more furious? Or, I mean, is this the most furious that you guys have ever been as fans of Star Wars? I think so. Gavin Smith has in the chat, he does have an exact figure, 800 quadrillion, he says. 800 quadrillion, apparently in South America, 800 Brazilian dollars. That is correct. 800 Brazilian dollars in South America. That's how much it lost there alone. And that is a lot. So everyone here is saying, yeah, I've never been so furious. My fury is unprecedented. Freak says I am at maximal fury. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with the testimony of real fans of Star Wars at this point. Or Gasmatron 1977 says, all right, so at least one person could be more furious. But for the most part, you guys are you're topped out. You're topped out in your indignation. Mitchell Hughes, he says, I'm upset at most. Okay, all right. Well, for the most part, those are, those are just, most of you are pissed off. Okay, good. So this article is correct. Unprecedented fan fury erupted over The Last Jedi, followed by a boycott of Soylo, a Soy Wars story, which many believe contributed to that movie's disastrous box office performance. So in other words, people just gave up. They walked away after The Last Jedi, never to return again, never to return. They don't want to see Solo, a Star Wars story. They don't want to see Soylo because they felt like they'd been once bitten, twice shy by The Last Jedi. And that is Rian Johnson's fault. Rian Johnson. A new report echoes what many in Hollywood are starting to believe. Kathleen Kennedy's time as president of Lucasfilm is coming to an end. How do you feel about that? Press that X there. Get rid of that ad. I don't want to see this. Report this ad. Why this ad? Could you just leave? Could this ad just go? Could it go? Oh, there's another X here. Let's get rid of that. And then let's press this X to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, no, that's actually the X in episode 9. And Kathleen Kennedy, we'll just scroll past her, as well as swirling reports that she may be gone as early as September. It is being claimed that Kennedy is no longer directly involved with any of Lucasfilm's current Star Wars projects. That's good. That is good. The report added Kathleen Kennedy is also not involved at all creatively with Jon Favreau's live-action TV series. Thank you, Gojira5, for $10. That's very generous of you. I'm sure this is going to be an important message. $4.5 billion for the company. Films grossed $4.8 billion worldwide. Take away $1.5 for production, marketing, and internal cut of box office, and you have a net loss. A net loss after 4 movies. A net loss. I am not imagining KK naked, AF 1983. Not at all. Thank you, though. The report added Kathleen Kennedy is not. She's not going to work on Jon Favreau's live-action TV series. And she's not going to work on the new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, D.B. Weiss and David Benioff, and even Rian Johnson's new Star Wars trilogy, which will always be new because it's never going to happen. Avengers 1212, thank you for $2. Apparently, the Force only had a 40-year battery. That is sad. That is sad and probably true. This sounds like Kennedy is leaving soon, either being fired or stepping down. This follows a widely circulated story earlier this month that Kennedy could announce her successor at Lucasfilm in September. That is the report that we handed off to you. So at least they're acknowledging that they're aware of the earlier report from this month. Look at our guy, Luke Skywalker. I don't know how Mark Hamill puts up with this. I don't know how he puts up with this. Get rid of that. Press that X. I don't understand. I mean, he's a good man. His heart was broken by The Last Jedi. It's absolutely broken. Yeah, I know. People are saying if you can get a claim. I don't want to. I like the ads. I like the agony of going through one of these websites. It's part of the show. Do you think that's Anthony Daniels in there? No, it's not, because look, he's not. He's just that's just a T-shirt under there. Those aren't real wires. That's a T-shirt with wires printed on it, and yeah, so that's not the real C-3PO. That is not the real C-3PO. The report in influential Hollywood newsletter, The Ankler, it's called The Ankler, really, also suggested that Kennedy may be tired of the attacks and negativity. Oh, no. Plus a punishing workload. I would just like to issue an apology to Kathleen Kennedy. We're so sorry for the attacks and the negativity. Now, could you get out of here? Could you please stop ruining Star Wars? Could you please stop validating Rian Johnson by giving him another 3 movies to do when his first movie was a critical bomb that destroyed Star Wars entirely? I mean, my God, The Last Jedi was like it was like Bikini Atoll. It devastated Star Wars. It's uninhabitable now. I am so sorry for your hurt feelings. Could you leave? Please leave. It said, while Kathleen Kennedy worked wonders relaunching this property from the abyss of the Lucas prequel trilogy and turning it into a bigger than ever all-devouring culture of force, there has to be more than some thought that it's time for new blood at the helm. The talk out there is of a September changing of the guards, and that's what we need to do. So that's coming up. I mean, it's July tomorrow. Tomorrow's July, babe. Yeah. It's July. Boy, there's only, that's 2 months, a maximum of 3 months before the end of September. 3 months. That's it. We have to hang out. We have to hang out 3 months. Can we do it? Can we do 3 months? Can you imagine the kind of uproarious celebration that will go on Comic Artist Pro Secrets the day that Kathleen Kennedy, my God, leaves Lucasfilm? Can you imagine? I can't imagine. We'll have to party. Now, it could get worse. People are saying, well, what about a replacement? Yeah, it could be Kiri Hart. That would be worse. I am hearing reports from my moles at Lucasfilm that Kiri Hart is an icy cold woman. She is a scary SJW of the sort that Kathleen Kennedy is just not capable of being. Kathleen Kennedy is of the generation, they used to be hippies, and then kind of the ground underneath their feet radicalized and they sort of radicalized with the ground underneath their feet. So Kathleen Kennedy is kind of like a boomer hippie SJW, still not quite comfortable with everything that is SJW, but easily manipulated by SJWs. Kiri Hart is an icy cold SJW. If she comes on board, if she is selected, instead of our boy Dave Filoni, who, although looks like Johnny Cash, doesn't sound like Johnny Cash. He doesn't sound. His voice isn't Johnny Cash like. You're standing next to Kathleen Kennedy. He's saying, "Right this way. Come on, follow me." The trebuchet is right down the hall. Bob Iger is the one who Kathleen Kennedy at the moon. And look at this. Look at the fake smile here. Like, yeah. This is the kind of picture that you take with a fan, you know? Hey, Mr. Iger, will you take a picture with me? Yeah, okay. You got it? You got it? Okay. All right, good. Thank you. All right, good luck. That's the kind of photo that is right there. Bob Iger is trying to fire Kathleen Kennedy, according to reports. He is trying to fire her, and there's nobody that wants to take her job just yet, but they are working on it. They are working on it. Yes, she is wearing a femme tux. That is odd. It is odd, isn't it? It does look weird. Bob Iger, what a great man. Would I vote for him for president? No. I don't know. No, I wouldn't. It seems hard to believe that the head of Lucasfilm is not actually involved creatively with any ongoing projects, including, see garbage tier, including Star Wars 9. But the situation has reached such a level that Marvel boss Kevin Feige was publicly asked directly this week if he would be taking over Lucasfilm. That's fascinating. Feige said he would not. But the fact that the subject is now in the public domain means Disney must be aware of the damage it is causing to the company's credibility and public perception. Disney recently released a statement through its subsidiary ABC News denying that the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie and Rian Johnson's trilogy had been put on hold. Well, go ahead and deny it. Go ahead and deny it. But it's true. People who have killed their spouses all deny it for a little while too. But eventually we all find out the truth. Yeah, I'm quite sure Rian Johnson's trilogy it has not been put on hold. It has been canceled. Because they can't be this stupid. They can't be this stupid. You can't make 3 more Last Jedis and expect to remain solvent. That will bankrupt Disney, not just Lucasfilm. That will bankrupt Disney. Surely, a statement regarding Kennedy's fate must follow soon. Must. I mean, that's what we're praying for. That is what we're praying for. Yeah. And let's pray now. Lord Jesus, I don't ask a lot of you. This is Ethan Van Sciver, comic artist, Pro Secrets. I've been a comic book artist for 25 years. I am the creator of Cyberfrog, Indiegogo, Blood Honey, Smash Campaign. If you would like, Lord, to purchase a copy, link is below in the description. But how are you? Lord, please put us out of our misery. Put Kathleen Kennedy out of her misery. Put us out of our misery. Please get rid of this woman, Lord. Please. Please remove her quickly. Not violently. You don't have to do that. I'm not asking for a flood or a pillar of salt situation. Please just let us know what we have to do. Burning bush. Are there tablets anywhere that you want to show us? Do I have to dig up some golden plates? Just remove her, please. And instead install Dave Filoni and give Dave Filoni a deeper, more masculine voice and presence. In this, in thy name we pray, Lord. Amen. And everybody in the chat says amen as well. Can I get some amens? Can I get some amens in the chat? This is how to make things happen. I do believe at this point, this is the only way. Everybody's saying amen. Everyone agrees. Everyone, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Muslim, whether you are atheist, at this point, we are all praying to Jesus Christ to remove Kathleen Kennedy. Tim King, thanks for $2. I want to suck you. I love that stream last night. Well, it's the Monkey Keys. The Monkey Keys in Rainbow Brute. They are going to be very dangerous characters. Very dangerous characters. What they want to do is they want to suck your thumb. Stevie Sparks, thanks for $10. Ethan, thank you for the extension. I am purchasing Cyberfrog as we speak. Oh, that's good. Thank you very much. At the $75 perk. Well, that is wonderful. I want to send one of them to my father. Can I split my order for delivery to 2 different addresses? Stevie, I'm sorry. That would make our life a living hell. We do have to send out 6,574 packages. Splitting them up like that would be difficult. We are going to have to plow through this to get it right. So your best bet, honestly, if you would like to have us send an order to your father, is just to pledge at the $40 tier. So what's 75? 75 is two comics, 2 ash cans. Yeah, it's to actually just buy 2 separate orders, I guess. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do that part yourself. And I'm sorry, but thank you for pledging, and thank you for the $10 super chat. That is very kind of you indeed. Everyone is still saying amen. They're amening over and over again. GRP poll, thank you for Canadian $2. Throw her out of the airlock. Yeah, that would actually be justice. Can we actually throw her out of the airlock in outer space? And then let's see if I want her to realize how difficult it actually would be to become Mary Poppins from the vacuum of outer space. It's not easy. It isn't easy. Absolutely. Jesse M, thank you for $5. KK looked like some kind of reptile. Can you make a parody of a Ramones song, KKK Took My Baby Away, and call it KK Took My Star Wars Away? Yeah, KK Took My Star Wars Away. Absolutely. Quick Quill, thank you for $2. Keep preaching, brother. Amen. Thank you for yeah, I have to preach the good word of getting these SJWs out of Star Wars, out of the hobbies, out of all of these fan hobbies that we all love. We gotta get them out of here, and it might require the aid of God. JC Fist, thanks for $5. You greedy bastard. You're stepping on Red Rooster. Just kidding. I'm going to buy the hell out of Red Rooster. As time goes on, more can buy both comics. Well, that is the idea here. When Red Rooster comes out, it will be a new campaign. One presumes that the people who have already pledged for Cyberfrog will then pledge for Red Rooster as well. I am not, although I wouldn't mind, I am not asking you to pledge to Cyberfrog twice. I'm asking you to pledge once. And then, also, if you have already pledged, please do pledge to back and support the Brightwisers, probably the nicest people in the world. The Brightwiser family, they are formerly of Marvel Comics. I'll show you them here. They are good friends of mine. Elizabeth Brightwiser is the colorist of Batman. Mitch Brightwiser, the penciler inker of Captain America. They're wonderful people, and they are joining our kind of movement here, our Comicsgate movement. And they are producing a comic book called Red Rooster. And Red Rooster is going to be a classic superhero comic in the vein of, kind of modern takes of Golden Age heroes, not unlike, the Justice Society, JSA. This is a great book. It is a great comic book. These people understand what our movement is all about. It's all about respecting fans. It's all about respecting the fans. These guys, their book is going to be terrific, and I will be shilling for them. There's some rumor on Twitter. Somebody sent me this. Somebody said Ethan is getting a cut of Red Rooster. No, I'm not. I'm not getting a cut of Red Rooster. I don't want a dime from them. I don't want a dime of their money. I want them to succeed because I love comic books and I love good people having great success in comics. And I will do everything that I can, not unlike the way I supported Jawbreakers, not unlike the way I supported Chuck Dixon and Ravager Kill All Men, which I hope you guys have backed if you haven't yet. I will double down and support the Brightwisers, that they will have success promoting Red Rooster. I want them to do better than me, and I think they can. The thing about it is that this idea of how to promote and sell comic books straight to disenfranchised fans is only catching on. It's only getting better and better. It's only getting bigger and bigger. Each successive project that follows this set of guidelines, this moral principle, they will all succeed. They will all succeed gloriously. And of course they're going to succeed gloriously. And eventually, Other people are going to have to take note. The comic book industry is going to have to take note because nobody really likes going out of business. SJWs just like to push things to the brink of insolvency. They will not be allowed to take comic books completely out of business. We are going to gather more and more attention and more steam for the way that we are selling comic books. You know, Zach from Diversity in Comics, he watched Michael Keaton pretend to be Ray Kroc on the movie The Founder. One of my favorite movies as well. I've known about Ray Kroc for a long time. I mean, this guy was a visionary in the 1950s. He knew how to sell. He knew how to sell. He saw himself as a hamburger salesman once he took over McDonald's. How can I sell hamburgers better? How can I be more efficient in the product that I offer to my customers? How can I continue to make my customers happier? How can I make their families happy? How can I get them to come back over and over and over again? Now, this is a very inspiring man. The whole attitude behind Comicsgate is that, hey, we're not going to call what we're doing art. If you call it art, you're allowed to. And of course, you know, Cyberfrog is, you know, it is pretty exquisite. But that's not the point. Cyberfrog to me is a hamburger. I don't mean literally. You don't. I'm not saying eat a frog, but it's a cheeseburger. It's just an offering. It's a product that I'm making for you to entertain you. Hopefully, you'll enjoy it. That's all it is. That's all I'm offering. I'm saying this is what you're going to get. It'll be a nice little package that you can collect and keep, but I want you to read it and enjoy it. And I humbly approach you and ask you for your support. Anyone who adopts that posture towards the fans, towards the fandom, will succeed. And that is believe it or not, that attitude, the attitude from the 1950s and the 1960s about going door to door and selling Fuller brushes and vacuum cleaners, that attitude is gone. It is gone from comics. It's gone from Star Wars. It's gone from fandom in general. And that is why everything is caving in on itself. And we've decided that if we try this old approach, we're going to succeed. We're going to prove that this is the way. The classic way is the best way. How can I help you? How about that? Instead of, if you don't like it, don't buy it. How may I help you? And so far, this is the result. 416,000. Oh, we just sold a bunch more books. $505. Unbelievable. All right, let's read some super chats here. I thank you guys. You have to understand the kind of change that this is making, not only in our lives. Andrea and I are grateful beyond compare. We tell you every day. I make videos every day. I tell you in those videos how much we appreciate you, how grateful we are to you, how much you are changing not only the comic book industry, but our lives. And we appreciate you very, very, very much. I can't tell you that often enough. We'll tell you that every single day. All right, let's super chats. Oseki, thank you for $10. As an independent atheist, thank you for bringing humanity back to mankind. I backed Cyberfrog for $100. Thank you so much. Please keep up the good work. Oseki, is it? Oseki or Oseki? $100. You are receiving the comic book, the ash can. I'm going to hand draw a Cyberfrog head sketch on your book. You will receive one of every single extra tier. That includes another comic book called Amphibionics #1. That will be in your box. You'll receive a bookmark, a sticker, and a set of trading cards. And like I said, that hand-drawn sketch. Very generous of you. Thank you. Your support of Cyberfrog Blood Honey just goes to show us that we're doing something right. This means we're doing something right. It means we're doing something right, everyone. There's no mystery to this. There's no mystery to it. You can sit there and puzzle over this all you want, comics industry. Cyberfrog is cool. Understand one thing. I mean, Cyberfrog is very, very cool. But I'll tell you one thing. Cyberfrog isn't so cool that he could endure me being abusive to the fans. He can't endure that. He's not going to sell a bunch of comic books if I'm sitting there telling fans, if you don't like it, don't buy it. How dare you? Why don't you just sit back and just understand that I am the artist here and this is my art, and it doesn't matter if you like it because I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. That doesn't sell comic books. That doesn't sell anything. It doesn't sell hot dogs or pizza. that doesn't sell baseball cards, that doesn't sell movie tickets, that doesn't sell Magic the Gathering cards. It sells absolutely nothing. So standing up this way and saying thank you. And by the way, please buy my comic book will always work. That's what I think. I think that's what we're proving right now. Matt Svilar, thank you for $5. How and when do we get info about what we need to provide for the Survivor cast? At the end of this campaign, I think it's going to be in about a month. I am going to reach out, mass email to all of you guys who have. There are actually 8 people who I will be dealing with in 2 separate emails. One of these 2 here, the Ultimate Hornet Food Frog Pack, are going to receive an email saying, "Hey, let's talk about what's going to happen to you. You're going to die in this book. You're going to get eaten by hornets. Um, let me see pictures of you, and let's discuss just to make sure that your death is satisfactory to you. I'll offer a bunch of the little options. We're going to do kind of a little jam powwow session, a creative session, to determine what is the funniest and best way for you to be fed to hornets, so that you're satisfied. These people here, there are 6 people who have claimed the Ultimate Survivor cast member. These 6 people will also receive emails. I will deal with you one-on-one. I will get information from you, a scanty amount of information. You're all going to get to introduce yourselves to Cyberfrog. Cyberfrog's going to meet you. You are going to introduce yourselves to him and tell him a little bit about your life and what your life was like before. I'm going to need photo reference from all of you. I will probably have a list of different facial expressions. This is going to require you to take selfies for me. I'll need to see, like, hey, what do you look like when you're scared? Make a scared face, make a angry face, make a bored face, make it whatever it is. I'll have a list of maybe 5 or 6 different photos that I want you to take for me. You're going to all get to be actors. I think there are a couple of occasions where this is done as a gift for someone, or someone who is not here or available. Just send me as many photos as you have, and I will make that happen. So that's probably going to happen in a month or so. We will, no, not nudes. Please don't send me nudes. That would not be appreciated. You will not be naked in this book, so it's not necessary. The Outpatient, thank you for Canadian $2. What does the cat do? Inks lettering? I think the cat just sits there and looks nice. I don't have a cat. They seem to have a cat. It's a very chubby cat. It looks like some kind of Himalayan. GRP poll, thanks for $5. How do you feel becoming the new force in the industry? At minimum, I can see you becoming as big as Dark Horse. Oh dear, my God. I don't listen. I am not. That is not why I am here. At this point, I am here to speak out about what's going wrong with the comic book industry. I have retained and regained my independence as a comic book creator. I plan to publish Cyberfrog. I plan to publish Rainbow Brute. Now, if it is financially feasible, if I think I can make a lot of money doing it, I will publish other books. I'm a businessman. We are all businessmen. We are trying to sell comics. We are not trying to create a publishing empire here. If that happens along the way, because it just makes sense, and we need to put out more product to make more money, we will do it. But that is how we are looking at this. We are not going to make business mistakes for the sake of our politics. That is what separates us from the SJWs. Okay, the SJWs do make business mistakes constantly for the sake of and on behalf of their politics. We can't allow ourselves to do that. We will see. We'll see. How does it feel to be a force? I love it. I like it. I really appreciate the fact that people are responding to this the way that they are. People are getting excited about it. A couple of creators have reached out to me and they've said, we'd like to be a part of this. Another one today. Actually, somebody who had a comic book in the 1990s reached out to me and said, what do you think? Could I bring this back? Absolutely. I'll support you. I'm only one voice. I'm just one person. I have my one YouTube channel, but I will support you. If you want to come out and you want to have an Indiegogo campaign, I'll spread the word. I'll have you on my channel. We'll do a little show. I'll interview you. Imagine comic book pros again. This is the kind of thing that causes that. It causes me to get people online, talking about them, talking to them, and making people happy and excited about comics again. That's the best part of all this. The best part of this is just getting people excited about comics. And people say, "Why are you talking about Star Wars? Why?" Well, because I love Star Wars. Uh, the uh, the result of that, by the way, is that I'm talking to a whole new group of fandom that probably likes comic books too, or would like comic books if they were invited to do so. This is great. I mean, are we rebuilding comics? Well, this number is kind of low. This number is huge. This number is kind of low. I would like to see this number get bigger. I would like to see this number right here reach 10,000. Once this number reaches 10,000, which is another good reason why we're going to extend this campaign. We extended this campaign for another month. Once this number reaches 10,000, we will become a force to be reckoned with. At that point, we are an independent venture to rival any other indie company in comics. Because if you look at Comic-Con and you see what their numbers are low. Their numbers are low. A 10,000 selling independent comic at $3.99 is a huge success. A 10,000 selling comic out of Ethan Van Sciver that retails for $25 will shake the industry to its core. And by the way, I don't want to sell $4 comic books this way. I don't want to. I don't want to sell newsprint. I know some people do. That's fine. You can do that if you want. That to me is not a desirable product. I don't want to sell 20-page stories printed on newsprint and the kind of comic book covers that you're reading it and then you pull your finger away and your finger is red and there's a big finger cover. That isn't what I want to do. I want to sell beautiful comic books. I want to sell comics that shine, that literally are dazzling to look at, that are thick. I want to sell comics that have a large page count, that it will take you probably, you can, listen, if you read it right before bed, it might take you 2 nights to read. I'm going to give you a bookmark to stick in there. I want my comic books to be gorgeous. I want them to be autographed. No longer will you say to me, how can I meet you to get my Cyberfrog signed? It's already signed. I already signed it. You got it autographed already. I'll try not to get fingerprints on it. I'll try not to, I'll try not to smudge your comic. It will be a product that you want to buy and own. It will be a product that you will want to permanently own and not throw over your shoulder, not flush down the toilet, not throw in my garbage can. So in other words, it's not going to be like a Star Wars toy. That's my attitude about comics at this point. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited the way I hope that you're excited. I'm excited about changing comics in our little way. Will people come along? Maybe they will. Will the mainstream come along? Maybe. I don't know. But we're going to prove that we're succeeding at it. Billy the Mac, thanks for $2. EVS, all caps, selling us artisanal comics. Viper Justin, thank you for $2. I'm coming back to comics after 14 years. Thank you. Make comics great again. Skid Racket, thanks for $2. Could you have Tim Lim on live stream sometime? Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't had him on yet. Me and Tim aren't really friends. Like, we don't know each other. We're not enemies by any means. I like what Tim does. I think he's really smart. I've just never met him. And I don't think I've ever even really talked to him. But I know he knows who I am because I watched him on the live stream and he talked about me. So if I introduce myself to him, he'll know who I am. And I hope to do that soon and get him on to talk. Chris Gorgan, thank you for $2. $500,000 Kyle Ritter's signature goal. Interesting. That is something that could be done. How the hell would we do that? We'd have to ship him. The problem with that is either we fly Kyle up here to stay with us for a day to sign a bunch of comics, or we ship him crates and crates and crates of comics. I think it would be more likely that we fly Kyle up here. A Kyle Ritter signature goal is not out of the question. Is it 500K? I think it's 600K. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Nick Zona Trash, thank you for $2. Hey, Uncle E, you forgot to read my last 2 super chats. I'm scrolling backwards. I'll get to them. The Shooting Range TV, thanks for $5. Ethan, I believe shows like Tucker Carlson or Steven Crowder would love to hear about your Indiegogo and the current state of comics. You should pitch it. As I said earlier, I am not interested in going on TV. I'm not interested. I'm not. I'm a narcissist, I suppose. I'm not a narcissist like that. I don't want to become famous. I want to become popular with my crowd. I don't want worldwide. I don't want nationwide attention, really. So I'm not interested in going on TV. Schismatic, thank you for $5. If you lick Cyberfrog's back, does he make you high? You better believe it. Dominic M, thanks for $2. Hi, Ethan. Will you have Chuck Dixon back on? Absolutely. Love talking to Chuck. Yeah, I mean, definitely will. Let me just make sure. Did I read everyone? Reedy Palantia, thank you for $2. I hope your passion in comics becomes contagious. You know, so many people do have this passion in comics, but the problem is that you know, the industry itself and the SJWs therein. Nick Zona, did I get all your super chats? Did I read them? Nick Zona says, oh, no, I missed one. Nick Zona Trash, thanks for $5. Cecil eats 20 frozen ding-dongs a day and wears 12 XL underwear. Yeah, probably. You're probably right about that. I don't see another one out of you. Okay. The problem is people are enthusiastic about comics, working in the comic book industry, or they would be. But SJWs have sucked the life out of them. Everybody is scared. Everybody is scared right now. SJWs actually terrify normal people in comics. I know for a fact. I know for a fact that this is how they are. I know that they're afraid to be themselves. I know that they're afraid because they don't want to go through what we've gone through. And have any of you guys seen? Have you seen the torment that the Van Sciver family has been put through by these people? Have you seen it? It is no fun. It's no fun. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. What it does do is it gives you pretty thick skin. We have been through war. We have been through absolute and total torment and war. And we just look at each other and go, what's next? What are they going to do to us next? Why won't they just leave us alone? Why won't these SJWs just stop bothering us, and et cetera, et cetera? And why? What is this happening for? I don't know, but this is a nice reward for that. We'll take that. Hold on, let's see if anybody else bought any Cyberfrog comics. This is the thing. You know, we are prepared at this point to go through more suffering. You know, to open the doors for other people to come on board, to make them feel safe, to show them that there's a reason to do this. There's a reason to do this. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. All right. Let me read some of your chats here. Dumbest Name says they ruin food, TV, clothes, housing. They actually do. You're right. Lucky 13, thanks for $2. Just came in. What happened? Well, we read a whole article about how Kathleen Kennedy. There are more rumors that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be fired in September, just as I have said. James Ian says you really are under attack. Of course. Hypatia Stanhope says I want to decapitate conservative cowardly degenerates. All right, Hypatia, that's nice. Michael Richter, the liberals always never forgive and never forget, like they carry a grudge. They like war. Yeah, they do. It is true. The Mortifera, thank you for $5. I was thinking about Rainbow Brute the other day. I can't wait to read that one as well. You, sir, have sold me my very first 2 comic books ever. Rainbow Brute is going to be huge. Andrea doesn't believe it. Andrea's like, it is? No, it is. It's going to be big. Everybody wants to read Rainbow Brute. Everybody wants to read Rainbow Brute. It's all I hear about. I'm like, well, let me get Cyberfrog out. Let's get that, make that a big success. And then we are going to launch a 48-page Rainbow Brute story. There will be an ash can. I'm going to copy the same. I'm going to duplicate this very same campaign because it worked really well. So I'm going to have to come up with some kind of ash can, trading cards, all that stuff to make it the same. But yeah, everyone wants to read Rainbow Brute. I think Monkey Key really sold them. They want to see Monkey Key. Monkey Keys. Now, if you here's what Rainbow Brute is. Let me give you the pitch for Rainbow Brute. So, one of the big things that we talk about here on this channel is we talk about the fact that women, SJW women, that is, seem to believe that boys' properties like Star Wars comics, like superhero comic books, the only reason that women don't like them is that they don't have enough women in them. And if only we put more kind of women in them, and we get rid of what they call toxic masculinity, then maybe suddenly people like my wife are going to come to Star Wars. They're going to like Star Wars. They're going to like all the things that the boys like. This is, of course, absurd. So to prove that to them, I have taken their properties from the 1980s. Whoops, let's do that again. Their properties from the 1980s, like Rainbow Bright, boom, and created a masculine version of Rainbow Bright called Rainbow Brute. Rainbow Brute. Let's see here. Scroll down, catch up with you guys. Rainbow Brute is he lives over the rainbow. He is a fairy barbarian. He is the kind of guy, he fights the Thundercloud Men, and when he's done fighting the Thundercloud Men, he gets drunk off of nectar, off of honeysuckle nectar, and then he gets into fights with the Care Bears and things like that. And we're going to make all of these female properties, all of these girls' toy properties from the 1980s, we're going to spin them off, we're going to spoof them, we're going to throw them together in this one Game of Thrones style kingdom that takes place over the rainbow. It is going to be violent and funny and weird. And we are going to launch a whole comic called Rainbow Brute. So you will meet Rainbow Brute. You will meet the Care Bears, our version of the Care Bears. You will meet the Cabbage Patch Kids, our version of the Cabbage Patch Kids. All of this will be aimed at young men. Women will like it too. The girls will like it too. Believe me, they will. But we are the main thing that we're going to do that I announced a couple days ago. We're going to take the Munchie Cheese. Now, in the 1980s, there was a toy line, also in the 70s, called Munchie Cheese, and there were these stuffed monkeys, and their lips were permanently, they had plastic faces and furry bodies. Their lips were permanently puckered so that you could stick their little plastic thumb in their mouth. They like to suck their thumbs. We are going to do the Munchie Cheese. We are going to bring back terrifying versions of Munchie Cheese called Monkey Keys. And the Monkey Keys, they jump out of trees and go, "I want to suck you." And you're like, "What the hell?" And then they surround you. "We want to suck you. I want to suck you. I want to suck you." And then you're like, "Oh my God." And then they take your hand and they stick your thumb in their mouths and they start aggressively sucking your thumb. And that is what the Monkey Keys do. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Are you scared of that, Andrea? What do you think? She said weird. Yeah, Monkey Keys. That is no, it's not porn. It's not porn. That is what they do, and that's just part of the story. That's just part of what goes on with Rainbow Brute. We are going to take all of these classic girls properties. We already talked about what we're going to do with Strawberry Shortcake. The Strawberry Shortcake ladies are totally awesome. They are going to be called Strawberry Strumpet, Strawberry Strumpets. They are super hot chicks, and what they do is they seduce men, manly men. Hey, don't let this outfit fool you. This guy's all man. They take manly men and they bake goods. They bake cupcakes and cookies, delicious things, tarts, pies, meringues, and they just sit you down in your chair. They're rubbing you down while they're feeding you cakes. That is what they do. Do they have underhanded objectives? You know, are they two-faced? Possibly. We will find out. We will find out exactly what the Strawberry Strumpets are all about, but they are totally and completely sexy. Now, Mega Monkey Chunk wants to know if the Gem and the Holograms male version, they're actually Gem and the Holograms, we've changed to Jim and the Homophobes. Now, will Jim and the Homophobes be in this book? Quite possibly. Jim and the Homophobes are actually, they're on Earth, though. They don't live in the sky. They are a touring band, Jim and the Homophobes. So we'll do that. Also, Bro White and the Seven Dwarves. Bro White and the Seven Dwarves also live here on Earth. We will, all of this stuff is going to happen. You guys will dig it. So that is Rainbow Brute. After we do Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the first book, we are going to crowdfund the most incredible project anybody has ever offered, Rainbow Brute, 48-page. If it does as well as Cyberfrog, can you imagine? I don't even know. I'm going to find out what kind of special effects we can get on the cover. I want it to shine like a Trapper Keeper. Remember Trapper Keepers? Could we get a Rainbow Brute Trapper Keeper folder made? that's dazzling. It's like a dazzling, like the girls used to have in the 80s with like the oh my gosh. I gotta think about this. Trapper Keeper cover for Trapper Keeper folder for Rainbow Brute. Find Lisa Frank. Oh my gosh. Puffy stickers. Puffy stickers. Fuzzy stickers from the 80s. Charm necklaces. Rainbow Brute charm bracelet. Rainbow Brute charm bracelet at $200,000. I mean, are you kidding me? A pencil topper? A smelly pencil topper? Yeah. We want to do all of that. We want to do all of that. This is going to be a return to the 1980s, but it's going to be for men. And by the way, if you do get a Rainbow Brute pencil topper, it's all men. Like if you have that on your pencil topper, like on your pencil, don't feel like a girl. It's for men. Real men have Rainbow Brute. Don't feel like a girl about it. Yeah. Scratch and sniff. Completely and totally. These are all things that we can do. These are things that we can do. Comics are ours, guys. Comics, we own comics. We can do whatever we want to do. We can do all kinds of wackiness. Why not? That's our freedom. Let me read some of these super chats here. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Yeah, so that was all right. So that was Mortafero. He's excited about reading Rainbow Brute. Everyone's thinking about Rainbow Brute. Everyone wants to read Rainbow Brute. It is true. The Dallas Deadeye, thank you so much for $10. Uncle E, I love it when SJW Comic Pros go on Twitter. Go through mental gymnastics to find a reason why the industry is failing when they know very well the reason. Why? The reason why. Or do they? No, they have all kinds of excuses. They make an incredible amount of excuses about how nobody wants to read comics. You guys, I mean, everybody wants to read comics if they want to read comics. If they don't want to read comics, you make them want to read the comic book like I'm doing right now. How hard is that? It's like, no, they don't want to read comics automatically. You have to make them want to read the comic. You have to tell the story of Cyberfrog 100,000 times a day. You have to excite them about the comic book. You have to excite them about Rainbow Brute. That's how to sell comic books. If you don't do that, and by the way, you actively do the opposite of what we're doing, and instead of selling them, you insult them and tell them to go away and tell them that you don't care if they read it or not. Comics are going to go into decline. It's going to happen. Everyone's going to suffer. Stores are going to close. Comic book companies are going to go out of business. Page rates are going to decline. That is what's going on right now. And royalties are going to become non-existent. That is going to happen as well. People are going to stop being interested in comic books if this is the path that you want to go down. I will tell you this. I'm having the opposite experience. Everybody loves Cyberfrog. Everybody loves Rainbow Brute. Everybody's excited about it. I do believe that I can get people excited about Red Rooster if they aren't yet. And I do believe people are excited about Jawbreakers and anything else that comes this way. If you just do it, if you just talk to the fans this way, you will succeed. Look, we got 1,500 people in here. Well, we did. We have 1,499. I wish we had. Hey, guys, at this point, could you hit the thumbs up? I've only got 396 thumbs up, 396 likes on a chat with 100. I know you guys are spellbound by what I say, but take a moment to click thumbs up if you like this, if you want this kind of content to continue. Click the thumbs up and let's actually get this video moving, get these kind of streams moving. If you haven't yet pledged to Cyberfrog Blood Honey, look at that. We just sold like 2 more copies, maybe 3 more copies. The link is below in the description. Support this movement. Support Comicsgate. Support these brave creators who are coming forward and saying, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to walk away from the big two. I am going to do this by myself, and I'm going to aim this straight at you. I'm going to pack and ship all of these comic books straight to the fans. Somebody said to me the other day, they said, you know what, you are, I'll tell you, comic shops could use this kind of success, couldn't they? You know, you are making close to $500,000 on your comic book. You don't want to share that success with the comic book shop? And I said, well, I would love to. I would very much love to share this kind of success with the comic shop. As soon as these SJWs are forced from this industry, where they can stop threatening comic shop owners, where they can stop coercing retailers, publishers from carrying books that support Comicsgate. as soon as it is safe, as it is once again safe for comic book retailers and for comic book artists and writers and creators who support Comicsgate to go to these shops and sell these books directly to the fans and support these shops. As soon as it's safe, I will do it. Until then, we are doing this. We are handing these comics practically. They're coming from my hands, from Andrea's hands, straight to you. We're handing them to you. And that's the way we're going to do business until things change. Until things change. And we're going to succeed gloriously, too. That's what we do around here. We succeed gloriously. While others fail miserably, we succeed in glory. The Buzz General, thanks for $5. Aren't we a democratic republic? How is it okay to shame and harass someone based on who they vote for? Shameful mafia tactics from SJWs. God bless. Yeah, not only just shame them, but threaten them. Talk about wanting to decapitate them. It's odd. It's really awful. The Mortifera, thank you for $5. Side note, will Rainbow Brute make this better not be porn comment? From your explanation, it sounds like it may fit the character pretty well. Part of me thinks that Rainbow Brute hopes it is porn. He's not, well, he is before an audience, but I think that he is every man's man. He won't explicitly say that he hopes this is porn. That would be wrong, but that might be in his little head somewhere. Ronan AM, thanks for $2. Who would win in a fight, Ray or Chuck Norris? Ray would win. Who would win in a fight, Ray or King Kong? Ray. Ray would win. Osiki, thanks for $10. Tell us more on how we can get Kyle to sign our comic, and will he do more work for you? He does fine work. Kyle, how do we get Kyle to sign? I don't know. It would be a big thing. I would have to talk to him. I would have to work it out. We would have to fly him up here. He would have to he'd have to live here in the basement for a few days and sign a bunch of comics. It wouldn't be easy, and then we'd have to ship him back home again. Just put him to work signing comics. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. Will he do more work for me? Yeah, I told him I want him to do everything that I do. Kyle has worked with me as long as he'll accept it. Kyle is a great guy and a great writer, a great artist, a great colorist. I would love to have him as my buddy, my partner, my right-hand man for as long as he'll stay here, and he is welcome to be here. Jamie Lively, thanks for $10. Sounds like a rainbow sexual harassment, or sounds like rainbow sexual harassment. Yeah, it is. It is. Why don't they stop feeding him cakes and treating him like a piece of meat? He is a human being, kind of. He's a fairy, anyway. Yanni Hill, thank you for a Mexican $20. Strawberry cheesecakes. That is the way to a man's heart. Women don't understand this. I mean, just, feed us beer and baked goods. Are you kidding me? Yeah. GRP poll, thanks for a Canadian $2. Rainbow prismatic cover, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, a cover that reflects back refracted light. I mean, that would be great. Mr. McGiblets, thank you for $5. Would you do a Soy Wars comic with KK and Ruin as the villains? No, I wouldn't. That isn't really something that I would do. But I'll bet somebody will. Veyronis, thank you for $4.99. Hey, Ethan, can we get a Rainbow Brute shirt with him holding the severed head of a Care Bear? Sure. Scott Knox, I might do that. Scott Knox, thanks for $5. Getting a Ryan TIE Fighter t-shirt made. Want one? My treat. If so, do you have a P.O. box? Thank you. I don't have a P.O. box, but I could give you my address if you email me in private, or an address to mail to. Not my address, but an address. Chaos Risen, thank you for $1.99. DNC is doing a 14-day Indiegogo tomorrow. Sites. I don't know why he's only doing 14 days. I think he hinted at me that he was doing that. I didn't get the official word about it, but I did tell him that when it comes to Indiegogo, there is no bro code. He should do it whenever he feels like he wants to do it, and that'd be fine. I would support him. In that. So if he's got another Indiegogo, we'll talk about it. I'll let everyone know about it. Thank you, James Lloyd Tiffner, for a $1 donation. Appreciate that. Superfed 11, thanks for $5. Uncle A, my small hometown comic book shop in Lodi, California, knew about your Cyberfrog campaign. Son and I left proud. Of course they did. It's big. I mean, it's industry news, but it's word of mouth news. Until just recently, Previews, which is Diamond Distribution, they did an article about me. I was very, very happy about this. I mean, people keep saying, why aren't why isn't the industry talking about this enormous success? Why aren't they talking about it? They should be, you know, this should be all over every news site. Well, most of these news sites are run by SJWs who are not going to talk about it, and they're going to try to bury this. They are already making plans on how to scuttle this, how to hurt me, how to destroy this, how to whatever they're going to do. We'll find out what they do. But look at this article. I mean, this is fabulous. Yeah. Van Sciver Cyberfrog tops. This is Diamond. This is the main comic distribution site. Van Sciver Cyberfrog tops $400,000. This is fairly recent. I think this came out yesterday. Before he illustrated best-selling comics such as Green Lantern Rebirth, Flash Rebirth, and Sinestro Core War, artist Ethan Van Sciver introduced the world to his creator-owned Cyberfrog, courtesy of Harris Comics in 1996. Oh, it zoomed in on itself. I can back out again. About a month ago, Van Sciver launched a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo to bring back Cyberfrog in the 48-page Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the first of 4 such graphic novels he has planned. His fundraising goal was a relatively modest $8,000. He's done okay with that. To date, Cyberfrog Blood Honey is the most successful crowdfunded comic in history. The most successful crowdfunded comic in history. Now, everybody should be talking about this. I don't care that they're not. I could give a damn. I think most of the comics media is silly. But this is news. This is legitimate news. Whether you like me or not, if you're an SJW who can't stand me and is just like, I wish this Trump supporter would go to hell, that's fine. But this is still news. This is still big news. And the fact that they aren't reporting on this is proof that they are bigoted, biased, and disgusting SJWs who should fall into an open and active volcano. I might be editorializing there. As we post this story, the project has raised $403,909. Well, it's done better than that now. As the Indiegogo page will tell you, that's 5,049% of his fundraising goal. As you may know, Van Sciver also illustrated our Flash Green Lantern hardcover and softcover editions of the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide number 48, due out Wednesday, July 18, 2018. Of course, I will promote that as well. They have asked me to illustrate the cover of their this year's price guide. That's how big this all is. This is enormous. Now, this is them reaching out to me as well and saying, hey, Ethan, we're not SJWs. We see that this is a comic book that is doing very, very well. We would like to join you in success. Will you allow us to distribute Cyberfrog to comic stores all over the world? The answer is probably yes. I think so. And, you know, I do want people are saying, is this book going to be in stores? I think so. I hope so. I would like this to be in comic book stores. And I do salute and appreciate the people at Diamond, the Jeppy family, great, one of the best collectors. Steve Jeppy has every single comic book ever made. I mean, this guy has Action Comics #1. He's got them all. He's got everything. Enormous. John Smith, thank you for $2. Do not forget the t-shirts you sold too. Yeah, I'm still selling t-shirts. Still selling t-shirts. No, I'm not drunk. I'm doing my radio show. If I were drunk, I wouldn't be able to focus. Yeah, this is absolutely enormous. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to Steve. I'm grateful to Tim. I'm grateful to everybody over at Diamond who are in support of this project. And want it to succeed and want to distribute it to comic book stores. This is how we fix the comic book industry. One comic book at a time. One comic book at a time. One successful comic book at a time. One comic book sold at a time. And one enormous YouTube channel with a reach of 66,000 subscribers. Carnival barking about comic books and Star Wars and the dangers of SJW politics in both of those every single day. Hi. All right, so this is all great. Let me see if I sold one more copy. Just let me sell one more. I wonder if I will. Yeah, I did. So okay, thank you. Appreciate you guys. John Piner says EVS is Rocky Balboa of comics, knocking out all the SJW loudmouths one comic sold at a time. Yeah, and they're just looking at me like, I must break you. Man, communists over there. I must break you. Well, I mean, and Margaret Miracle, it behooves me to congratulate you. Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate it. It is 3:34 a.m. in the UK. It says RKO Fismo. That is late. Yeah. Biotechnist, thanks for $2. Just tuning in after work. Can I get a recap? Well, don't worry. You'll be able to watch this whole stream. It's going to go up in a little bit. But basically, Kathleen Kennedy, as it turns out, is most likely, going to be fired in September. Another garbage tier news site confirms that rumor. That doesn't mean much. I mean, these people don't listen. They're all garbage. Who knows what's true and who isn't true. Let's see here. Low battery. All right, I gotta plug in now. Unplug my headset and plug in my phone because it is going to die. It's gonna die. All right, that's better. I can take these off. Yeah, now we got this nice open air feel. Let's see, 500K, another drunken all-night live stream. That's a good idea. We should actually get together and just do another great big live stream. Well, once we get closer to 500K, we will definitely do that. $500,000 is a big deal. I mean, getting to $500,000 is an absolutely huge deal. But you know what? Honestly, when we get to 420, that's going to be a big deal too, if you know what I mean. We want to get to 420, if you know what I'm saying. Biotechnist, $2. Finally. Yeah. Icar Press says, Ethan, what happened to the Rolling Stone interview that you did in Florida? Did they decide not to run it? They never decide not to run it, Ikari. It is being developed. The Rolling Stone interview is probably going to incorporate the results of this, of this. And what they'll say is, yes, see, that's what they do. They get persecuted and then they turn it into cash. Okay, that's fine. All of you SJWs, fuck off. You didn't help me by persecuting me. You drove me nuts. Go away. This was not some plan to make money. God, they're so irritating. First they tell you, why don't you get along with me? You're going to get fired. We're going to get you fired from your job. We're going to ruin you. You're going to be broke. You're going to be living in the street. If you don't stop being in support of Trump, your whole life, your career is over. And then you stick to what you believe in. You stick to your beliefs. You end up doing very well because people who do stick to their beliefs attract fans. They attract an audience. They attract support. And then they say, see, you did it all for money. John Robertson, thank you for saying EVS exposed Rolling Stone's final nail in the coffin. Rolling Stone, listen, I wish it was the magazine. Put me and the other comic skaters on the cover of the magazine. Like we're Hanson. I want to be like Hanson. It'll say Mbop. Put us on the cover. There is no magazine anymore. It's dead. Rolling Stone is dead. Andrew Baker says EVS just hooked up the plow and let them do the work. They'll never understand that. They will never understand that. All of this does end up benefiting us. We can't help it. I mean, it's not like we're looking for this, and nobody is looking to be harassed and abused by SJWs. Nobody's looking for that to happen. It just, it happens, and the end result tends to be financial gain and fame. Rolling Stone is toilet paper. Kiss got that much right. They vilified Rush for years for their politics. Well, they're dead. Everyone's dead now. All these big lefty magazines, big lefty news sites, they're all dying. Avenger 1212 EVS is like the George Patton of comics, and we're the Fifth Army. How do you like that? That's cool. I want you guys to be like, you beautiful bastard, I read your book. Schismatic, thank you for $5. Do you suspect SJWs would try to intimidate anyone who distributes Cyberfrog? Yes, I do. What can be done to combat them if they do? What can be done is we point them out. I will point them out and I will shame them. I will not hesitate. And what these SJWs do is they go, oh, they're going to harass and dox. Let me say something right here and now. If you get in between me, my comic book, and my customers, expect harassment. Okay? Let that sink in a little bit. I will do everything in my power to make your life miserable. If you decide to come at me and my fans and get in the way of my business, I will use every means at my disposal to expose you, humiliate you, ruin your business. I will do it all. Count on it. I am not going to shy away from that. You asked for it. So at this point, heed this warning. If you get in between Cyberfrog, Rainbow Brute, or any of these comic books from here on out, any of these comic books that we are producing, not bothering anybody, we're just producing comics and selling them to our base. If you choose, for political reasons, to get in between us and our customers, we will get you, okay? And you will deserve it, so heed our warning. Biotechnist, thank you for $5. What's worse is that The Last Jedi had potential, but they blew out the damn airlock. Aliens reference, and still an epic and a sequel done right. Yeah, well, listen, it's stupid. Last Jedi was horrible. Yeah, get ready to be punched down too. Right, exactly, punching down. Rhino4563, thanks for $5. Uncle, will you and Cecil be taking the show on the road town hall style? Because I would pay big for that, and I'm sure the Ethanites would too. No, I have no plans to ever be anywhere in public with Cecil, everywhere, or ever. I can't. Yeah. Well, this is you guys. This is my job. I have the microphone. You are in my hands. I can't allow this to happen. I can't allow people to get in between us, to harass you, to attack my business. None of this. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just sitting here selling comic books. I'm just sitting here selling $500,000 worth of comic books. Get ready. If you come at us, if you do to me what you tried to do to Diversity in Comics and Jawbreakers, I will come after you. That's it. This channel will become a means of exposing you and shaming you and doing everything that I can to bring attention to you in a negative way. A Bears Comic Cave, thank you for $1.99. SJWs forgot how much power EVS has in the industry. Well, it's like I go from laughing to like, in like 2 seconds. It's very emotional. But yeah, big time. Scrolling down. Let's see. Coffee's Hunter says, if they're accusing you of making money by being harassed, then what's their excuse for losing money when they're harassed as you claim they are? I don't know. Yeah, normies have had enough. That's correct. Lucky13, thanks for $2. Could I give extra for an autograph on comic? Lucky13, all of the comics that you buy here are autographed. All of them. I know it doesn't say that here. It doesn't say, like, it just says comic book. But if you click it, copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey, #1, signed by Ethan Van Sciver. If you pay $25, okay, you are getting a signed chromium copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey #1. I just included, but it doesn't include all perks. You are going to receive at the $25 level the trading cards, a sticker, like a window cling sticker, and you will also be receiving a bookmark, autograph. So this is autograph. Don't worry about it. There is no extra fee for that. That is what we are going to do. Biotechnist, thank you for $2. Just saw Jurassic World last night. Are you going to? Yeah, I would like to. I would really like to see it. It got bad reviews. And that upsets me. Yeah, I do want to see it. I like dinosaurs. I like dinosaur movies. I'll see any dinosaur movie. All right, let's see. Did we sell another copy or no? Yeah, of course we did. We sold another copy. And that is what this is all about. Just one at a time, door to door, selling comic books, selling Cyberfrog Blood Honey. If you guys haven't yet, if you have not yet supported Cyberfrog Blood Honey, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your heart is. Move the needle, be a part of this movement, be a part of Cyberfrog Blood Honey, be a part of Comic Artist Pro Secrets. This is, by the way, this comic book, this version of the comic book, limited print run, obviously. When we go to Diamond and solicit this comic book, it's not going to have a chromium cover. It's not. It's going to be different. And I might actually split it up. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But the chromium cover, the signed chromium cover, is only for people who back the Indiegogo campaign. The regular in-store edition will be a lot more plain. Yeah. John Piner says, I'm up to $200 perk today, Ethan. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. All right, let me drink. I have to drink this. All right, 1 second. That was dead silent. Don't even say it wasn't. Anthony Perez, how do I upgrade my order so that I can get the 1998 version with my... All you have to do, go in, cancel your original order. Go and cancel your original order and repledge at the tier that you would prefer. That's all you need to do. It's all right. So it was a strong slurp. It was God, I can't, it's like I talk. I try to have a drink of water. By the way, when I hit mute, you guys say you can still hear me even though I've muted the camera. Absolutely terrible. I'm not getting drunk. I don't. No, disgusting. Some people are saying it's disgusting. People actually legit do get mad at me. They're like, I'm trying to listen to the broadcast. You gulping water is disgusting through my headphones. Well, I'm sorry. Nozmi Aguite Pariente, thank you for $2. Went to Jurassic movie for dinosaurs, not plot. Well, I think that's the best thing to do. Bill Hoover, thanks for $5. What do you think about Cyberfrog making $80,416,815 more than Soylo? I used to think that was unlikely, but now it's obviously the way it is. That's the truth. I have made that much money more than Soylo. I am in the black. They are not. They're not in the black. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tax money. Let me tell you something. Guys, that's the thing about this. It looks like a lot of money. It's like right away, at least 1/3 of this, right out of here. And then the cost of producing the book, that's not, we'll make a profit. We'll make a good profit. But it's not, this isn't, somebody's like, are you going to start your own publishing empire? Are you kidding me? Not with this. Not with this. No. GRP poll, thanks for Canadian $2. Do you ever review your videos to hear your glugs? Yeah, I do. I'll go back and listen to my videos also, so that I remember what I said, so that I can continue, an idea the next day. But yeah, I do, and I did hear my glugs, and I was embarrassed. Oseki, $5, thank you. Can we get computer Cyberfrog wallpaper? Yeah, how do I do that? How do I offer computer wallpaper? I would like to offer that. I just don't know how. Will Uncle Ethan include glug in the comic? Says NG Anthony. No, I'm ashamed of it. I don't want it to be in the comics. I don't want that to be in the comics at all. Yeah. Kendall Navstar says, did somebody say black? Yeah, Kendall is my black friend. Hi, Kendall. He is known as Black Moose, but he has yet to stab me in the back. That is the thing. He has named himself after Moose Bauman, and yet Kendall has yet to stab me in the back, and I don't think he is either. He is loyal. Those other hoes ain't loyal, and that's the thing. You got to keep your friends close to you, because these hoes ain't loyal at all. Let's do a little Fabio for a second. We haven't done that in a little while, have we? We haven't done Fabio in a little while. That's the thing about being a radio host. You want to stop for a minute and play a little music. Buongiorno.
I'm Fabio. And I'm very interested in what makes romance work. I want to share with you my recipe for a perfect evening. An evening for two lovers.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
When I plan a date, I want to make sure that everything is perfect for us. Music is the most important thing to set the mood for the night. When I play a special song, it's very important because it can express what I feel so perfectly. A song can speak for me when I cannot put my feelings into words.
Yeah.
I listen to a solo and I think of it well. When it's dark, turn on the music. I light the candles. There is no timetable for us. For the fantasy that we will make come true.
Yeah. Thank you, Fabio. I do appreciate that. We jumped up to $417,000 just then. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. That is really great. I would like to get to 420. We got to get to 420. When we get to 420, you know what we're gonna do, right? You know what we're gonna do when we get to 420, right? Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we're gonna celebrate. We'll party a little bit. We'll party when we get to 420. Absolutely. No, do weed. What the spark it up, blaze it. What? You all had the same idea about that. Interesting. Interesting. Uh, I love it. Um, Biotechnist says we're just busting your chops, Uncle, because it's funny. I know you guys are busting my chops. I know it. Alex G, thanks for $2. SCP Foundation, latest fandom to be attacked by SJW. What is SCP Foundation? What is the SCP Foundation? Do you guys know? Dallas Deadeye, thanks for $5. Uncle E, if they mess with us, will you review their crummy books on stream? No, I don't do that. I don't want to do that. Here's why. I don't want to insult fans that do like something. That isn't what I want to do. So no, I won't insult anyone's art. I will tell you when someone just in general sucks, though. Every now and then I will. If somebody's horrible, I'll say that. Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Oh, well, it's okay if Supreme Chancellor Palpatine is attacked by SJWs. I think that makes sense. Secure Contain Project. People are saying it's Secure Contain Project. What is that? Down Forward Punch wants to know, is this porn? No, it's never porn. You can count on that. I'm conscious of porn. I don't want porn to get into this chat. That's my job, is to protect you kids, protect my nieces and nephews. Can I call you guys nephew? I'll be like, what's up? It's my nephew. Hey, it's my nephew, Jesse N. Thanks for $2. Be funny if the SJWs tried tackling the ICP. That would be different. Yeah, if they actually tried to attack the Insane Clown Posse, it's a wonder they haven't yet. Adrian Stone, thank you for New Zealand, $2.99. Uncle, will you be getting a legit Shure SM7B mic? Eventually, yeah. I have to. I need help doing it though, because I am an old man. I don't know. I see everyone else's setup, and I'm like, yeah, I want to get that. I want to have a big mic. I would like to have a cool microphone like that. Darkwing Dude, thank you for $5. When this thing hits 420, you're gonna see some serious shit. Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. We got to hit 420. We do have to hit 420. It would be fun. I have a Blue Yeti mic, but I don't use it. I never use it. I don't even remember how to use it, but I do have it still. It's right over there. It's in my office. It's in my office. Too Legit to Quit says everyone wants a big phallic mic. Actually, that would be a pretty good. That'd be a good stage name, for my other job, the other job that I do on weekends. I'm gonna call myself Big Phallic Mike. Yeah. I think the ladies would like that. David Fletcher, thank you for $5. I'm going to call you E, like the Memphis Mafia called Elvis. Yes, thank you. Yes. You can call me Red. All right, David, I'll call you Red. I am the guy that bought the soy pants. I own history. David Fletcher bought the soy pants ashes. Congratulations. Call me Red, or I'll call you Red. You call me E. I dig it. Hey, E. Biotechnist, thank you for another $2. I need an ad for my indie. Any mics you could suggest? Need an ad for my indie. Any mics you can suggest? I don't know what that means. I do have an ad for your indie. To put in your independent comic? I don't know. Like I said, I have a Blue Yeti. I don't know anything about microphones yet. I see everyone else have cool mic setups that kind of are perched on their desk and whip around and aim themselves right at your mouth. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I don't know where to get one either. Ian Aldridge, thanks for $2. Don't wait, E. Start blazing that right now. Okay, all right. Blaze it up. Blaze it up. I don't do that stuff. I don't do that. Yeah. Everyone likes Booker T. I'm going to meet the real Booker T pretty soon, and I'm going to get him to do a promo for this channel. I'm going to get him to do a promo for this channel. It should be pretty good. He is going to say, you're all looking, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're all looking pretty jacked today. Yeah. Ethan is the anti-PewDiePie. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I like PewDiePie quite a bit from what I've seen. Super Divorce, great name. $1.99. How do you think Booker T looking tonight? I think he's looking pretty jacked tonight. I think he's looking pretty jacked, yeah. Fabio, if I could get Fabio to promo this channel, that would be great. But in the meantime, you know, we can always just kind of blaze it up this way.
Sometimes there is no place I'd rather be than on a tropical island. We seem to have it all to ourselves. Just me and my special lady. There are no phones
Nope.
to intrude on us. Fish from the water, fruits from the trees, and wonderful sights.
6 foot, 240 pounds.
The only sounds we hear are the sounds of nature and of our hearts beating as one. And the only music is the music we make together.
Moist sounds. Yeah. Everyone loves Fabio. You know, I'll tell you something. It's people really dig him. I don't think he had as many fans as he does now. You know, I think ever since I put him on the air, he has really blown up. He's totally blown up. Biotechnist, again, thanks for $2. For my book, Luna Orientum, I hope to get it out in December. Ah, okay. Well, you know, I'll probably give it a shout out for you. I like to help out the fans. I like to help out my subscribers any way that I can. If you have an art project, I might give it. I might do it. You know what might be fun? And tell me what you guys think of this. What about doing a live stream that's just a shout out show where I'll spend an entire live stream actually promoting your projects. What do you think of that? Alex G, thanks for $10. SCP used to be a collaborative wiki style creative fiction writing exercise. SCP-2721 entry is a sentient satellite that Tumblr blogs about Homestuck. This entry has caused a huge rift in the community. Okay, well, SJWs kill everything. I mean, that's what they do. They destroy everything they touch. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for $4.99. Did you listen to the High Council show with Doomcock? What do you think of him as a guest? I really liked his content and what he says. Very entertaining, in my opinion. I listened to 10 minutes of it. I haven't had time to listen to the whole thing yet, but I did listen to him, and I thought he sounded pretty good. I would have him on again. I would definitely have him on again. People don't like it. All right, people don't like the idea of me doing a shout-out video to promote other people's projects. Ian Aldrich, thanks for $2. Patreon Hangout, Uncle E. That's not a bad idea. We could do a Patreon Hangout. Only Patreon members allowed. Do one-on-one. More Cecil and Nerkish horror stories get views. People really like Doomcock. Everyone has given that High Council great reviews. I meant to be on it too. I just, you know, we had some confusion at the airport. Yeah. SJWs are poison. Biotechnist, thanks for $2. Sounds super fun. I'm always open to others' ideas. Yeah, it might be good. And if they're not good, we'll roast you. If they're not good, if your ideas aren't good, you'll get roasted right here. I'm just kidding. You know, we wouldn't do that. Not at all. Yeah, I would like to be supportive of your project. Absolutely. $417,000. Let's see if we sold another comic. No, we didn't sell anymore. That's it. That's the end. No, we'll probably sell some later. All right, so let us. Oh my gosh, I've been going for more than an hour and a half, and you know what it's time for now. You know what it's time for. So let's watch the. So we're at 104K. Let's watch that. Or no, 1400 right now. Let's watch that number decline. Looks like Ava was getting on my keyboard. Yeah? Yes or no? Should we do a little Wilson Phillips? That's my show. We'll do a little Wilson Phillips. But I don't know who this is dedicated to tonight. I know this pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? Got no one to blame for your unhappiness. You got yourself into your own penislessness, letting the last Jedi pass you by. Don't you think it's fair to feel this way inside? Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know things could change, things could go your way if you hold on for one more day. Bobby Drake is gay, thanks to Jean Cray. Vocals are a little rough. All right. When you are asleep, that's when I creep and I lick all the butter in your fridge. When you are not awake, I unwrap your Land O'Lake and I lick all the butter in your fridge. The butter in your fridge. The butter in your fridge. So have some parquet, it contains my DNA from when I licked all the butter in your fridge. And have a pat of blue bonnet, I practically spat upon it when I licked all the butter in your fridge. Pablo Hidalgo is where JJ's call goes about the Lucasfilm universe. I could curse when I think about what you did to Han Solo. Pablo Hidalgo, where did your balls go in Kathleen Kennedy's purse? Nothing's worse than seeing that woman as your mom. Solo's a bomb, and it's because you're a bunch of SJWs. Pablo Hidalgo, Pablo Hidalgo. And it's because you're an SJW. And that movie really sucks. Pablo Hidalgo. LUCASFILM story groups, a bunch of cucks. All right, one more song and then my battery's gonna die. You and I thought we'd fly to Rio for dinner. We must have been high, but you and me and another 3 friends of yours crashed, George, Mike, and Emily. And now there's nothing to eat except for the meat that once was your friends who lived up the street. And I saved the last piece of George for you, though I gorged on the other 2. I saved the last of George for you. And I saved the last piece of George for you. The kind if you are a Jew. But I saved the last of George for you. You were so right the other night, yeah, when you disagreed if there'd still be room for Dwight. Now we'll make amends when our dinner day ends, but I gotta say, you got great taste in friends. And I saved the last piece of George for you. He was vegan, so he's tough to chew, but I saved the last of George for you. And I saved the last piece of George for you, though I gorged on the other 2. I saved the last of George for you. It's only been a day since we've crashed, but I was hungry. Rescue may never come. Bad news, babe. The last piece of George is his balls. And his taint. But I saved it for you. I saved the last of George you. Thanks, guys. See you again tomorrow.